Imagine a country where many women struggle to find a husband. Yes, you heard that right. In this country, for every 100 men, there are more than 115 women. Imagine a place where the night sky sparkles with lights, but the streets remain strangely quiet during the day. A place where potatoes are not just food, but an emotion. A country where beautiful handmade dolls are created and sent across the world. It sounds like a fairy tale. But this is not fiction. This is reality. This is one of the strangest and most mysterious countries in Europe. Its name is Belarus. Hidden in the heart of Eastern Europe lies a country that very few people truly know. Surrounded by powerful neighbors. To the north and east stands the mighty Russia. To the south lies war-torn Ukraine. To the west is NATO member Poland. And to the northwest are the Baltic states of Lithuania and Latvia. Among all these powerful nations, Belarus stands quietly, silently. But behind this silence are stories that can leave anyone amazed. Stories of war, survival, beauty, and resilience. In today's documentary, we will uncover some of the most fascinating facts about Belarus, from its population to its economy, from its military power to its future, from its culture to its way of life. Everything. But make sure to stay until the end, because the final facts may completely change the way you see this country. So, let's begin. Now, let's talk about the fact many of you have been waiting for. Belarus has significantly more women than men. Yes, you heard that right. According to recent estimates, women make up around 53.4% of the country's total population. And for every 100 men, there are approximately 115.9 women. But what does this really mean? It means that thousands of women in Belarus struggle to find suitable male partners for marriage. It sounds unbelievable, almost like a myth, but it is a real demographic challenge. So, why did this happen? The answer is not simple. There are several reasons behind this imbalance, and the story begins with one of the darkest events in human history: World War II. Belarus, often called White Russia, may sound like a part of Russia. But it is not. Belarus is an independent and sovereign nation. The country covers an area of approximately 207,600 square kilometers. That makes it almost 1.5 times larger than Bangladesh. Yet its population is only around 9.29 million people, a number far smaller than Bangladesh. The capital of Belarus is Minsk, the country's largest and most modern city. Belarus has two official languages, Belarusian and Russian. Here's an interesting fact. Almost all Belarusians understand their native Belarusian language, but in everyday life, Russian is used much more frequently. In other words, they know their own language, but often live in another. Nearly 3/4 of the country's population lives in cities. Rural life is slowly disappearing. Yet the villages that still remain are breathtaking. Green fields, wooden houses, simple and friendly people. Places where time itself seems to have stopped. Belarus was one of the countries most devastated by the war. Entire cities were destroyed. Villages were burned to the ground. Millions of lives were lost. A large portion of the male population disappeared. The scars of that tragedy can still be seen today. Even decades later, the effects of the war continue to shape the country's demographics. But war is not the only reason. Another major factor is life expectancy. Men in Belarus generally live shorter lives than women. Heavy alcohol consumption, smoking, and physically demanding lifestyles all contribute to higher mortality rates among men. As a result, many Belarusian men die at younger ages compared to women. And over time, the gap between the number of men and women becomes even larger. Belarusian women are often described as calm, polite, and family-oriented. They are known for their beauty, elegance, and traditional values. Many people believe that Belarus has some of the most beautiful women in Europe. And this is not merely a stereotype. Belarusian women frequently perform exceptionally well in European beauty competitions. But behind the beauty lies a unique social reality. A country where many women dream of finding the right partner, yet there are simply not enough men. A place where demographics have quietly changed the lives of an entire generation. Now, let's step into another side of Belarus, its economy. And this is where the story becomes even more interesting. Belarus has a gross domestic product, or GDP, of approximately 74 billion US dollars. Its GDP per capita is close to $8,000. Economically, Belarus performs better than some of its regional neighbors. But compared to countries like Poland or Germany, it still lags far behind. That is why Belarus is often described as one of Europe's less prosperous economies. But why? Many people assume that a small country like Belarus cannot possess significant military power. But that assumption would be a mistake. Despite having a population of only around 9.29 million people, Belarus maintains one of the most capable militaries in Eastern Europe. The country has approximately 62,000 active military personnel. In addition, there are nearly 289,500 reserve troops and around 110,000 paramilitary personnel who can be mobilized during times of crisis. Combined, Belarus has access to nearly 460,000 military personnel. For a country of this size, that is a remarkable number. So far, we have explored Belarus's geography, population, economy, and military power. But to truly understand this country, we must step into another world. The world of Belarusian culture. Belarus is a nation where history lives through music, dance, and literature. For centuries, its people have preserved traditions that continue to shape their identity today. Every year, the country hosts one of Eastern Europe's most famous cultural events, the Slaviansky Bazaar Festival. Artists, singers, and performers from different countries gather here to celebrate culture, music, and friendship. For a few days, the streets come alive, and Belarus becomes a stage for the world. Now, let's talk about something that Belarusians truly love. Potatoes. Yes, potatoes. In Belarus, potatoes are not just another food item. They are a national passion, a part of everyday life, a symbol of tradition. Belarusians consume potatoes in countless ways: boiled, fried, mashed, and turned into traditional dishes that have been passed down for generations. Many locals even joke that if you visit Belarus and do not eat potatoes, then you haven't really visited Belarus at all. And what about drinks? Belarus is also famous for its locally produced vodka and beer. These are not merely beverages. They are part of social gatherings, celebrations, and everyday life. Friends meet, families gather, stories are shared, and drinks often become part of the experience. But perhaps the biggest surprise comes after sunset. As night falls, Minsk transforms completely. The quiet city of the day suddenly becomes a city of lights. Bright streets, modern cafes, stylish restaurants, music echoing from clubs and entertainment venues. The city shines like a jewel in the heart of Eastern Europe. People laugh, celebrate, dance, and enjoy life. Here's another fascinating fact. When gambling was restricted in Russia, something unexpected happened. Belarus became a casino destination. Thousands of Russian tourists began traveling to Belarus, not for history, not for nature, but simply to visit its casinos. For many businesses, it became an economic opportunity. And once again, Belarus showed another side of its unique identity. A country that is traditional, yet modern, quiet, yet vibrant, simple, yet full of surprises. Which fact about Belarus surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to InfoZion for more fascinating stories from around the world. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next documentary. Goodbye.